Another year gone by, time to revisit my top 25 roller coasters. It's always interesting to see where roller coasters I've ranked in the past end up landing now. My taste has changed this past year. Certain manufacturers have garnished more attention, and my overall priorities of what I want to accomplish at any given theme park is different. I used to be obsessed with gathering every credit possible. Now, not so much. Not to say I won't ride a coaster simply for the credit, because I will, but I'm not going to wait extra long or travel out of my way for them either. To me, it's all about the experience and building memories that will last a lifetime. Unlike other enthusiasts, I don't have every roller coaster ranked. I have a total of 282 credits, but my ranking stops at 25. I might say this is a top 50 coaster or a top 100, etc., but you won't find me saying this is my 178th favorite roller coaster. Speaking of favorite, this list is my favorite, meaning I might acknowledge that there could be a quote-unquote better roller coaster than the one that I pick, but it's just not a favorite. Because this list has gotten so long, I decided to split it into two videos. Coasters from 25 through 11 will be ranked today, then tune in on Thursday for my top 10. To start things off, let me throw out a few honorable mentions. Number 25, Millennium Force, located at Cedar Point, opened in 2000. Last year, Millennium Force didn't make the cut. Well, after a few good rides this year, my position has changed. Also, riding this coaster alongside my daughter improved its odds. Millennium Force is the first official Giga coaster, boasting impressive stats even for today. This coaster focuses on high speeds, overbanked turns, and strong forces, especially during the first two elements. Number 24, Jersey Devil Coaster, located at Six Flags Great Adventure, opened in 2021. One of my least favorite RMCs, yet good enough to make it into my top 25. Jersey Devil Coaster may lack the amount of airtime that I would prefer, but makes it up with an exciting layout. The giant zero-G stall is the highlight of the ride, holding riders upside down for a few seconds, creating an unforgettable moment of hang time. Even though the airtime isn't as strong when compared to other RMCs, it still has a couple notable moments like the first drop and the first airtime hill. Number 23, Manta, located at Busch Gardens, Tampa, opened in 1996. Until this year, it's been quite a while since I had my last ride on Manta. I forgot how great of an inverted roller coaster it is. The layout is superb, pummeling riders with multiple inversions, snappy transitions, and great terrain interactions. The ride is also butter smooth, which is amazing for a 25-year-old roller coaster. Manta will serve as the only inverted roller coaster to make my list, knocking off last year's Great Bear. Number 22, Manta, located at SeaWorld Orlando, opened in 2009. In what some might consider an upset, the flying coaster model has been ranked higher than the tried-and-true inverted coaster by B&M. Manta, as far as I'm concerned, is an underrated roller coaster. The layout is solid, providing great intense moments alongside some exciting elements. The pretzel loop is a highlight of the ride, but we can't overlook the brilliant interactions this attraction has with the water near the end of the ride. Even at its slowest moments, Manta still manages to be entertaining, a feat that most coasters couldn't pull off. Number 21, Chica, located at Busch Gardens, Tampa, opened in 2005. This was my first dive coaster, and I had the privilege of riding it within a few days of its opening. Back then, the ride used these first-generation trains that had a floor. Now it has been upgraded with floorless trains, which is the standard for all new dive machines. The giant vertical drop and near vertical plunge are great moments of airtime. Because the restraints allow some room, I'm able to float in my seat for a few seconds while dropping 200 feet back to Earth. The tunnel and splashdown are just the icing on this magnificent dive coaster cake, making this the best of its kind. Though I haven't ridden Yukon Striker yet, and that could steal the slot. Number 20, Top Thrill Dragster, located at Cedar Point, opened in 2003. Guys, where's Top Thrill Dragster? It only took one simple photo to remind everyone how much they love this hydraulic launching roller coaster. With a simple layout consisting of straight track and one giant vertical top hat, Top Thrill Dragster creates an experience that will stick with you forever. The launch is incredible, crushing you into your seat. The anticipation, just sitting there on the track, waiting for the roller coaster to accelerate, causes my hands to sweat just thinking about it. I would have ranked this roller coaster much higher if it was more reliable. During my 2020 and 2021 visits, this roller coaster has been down more than it has been operating. Compared to my 2020 list, Top Thrill has moved down from 15th now to 20th place. Number 19, Skyrush, located at Hershey Park, opened in 2012. Another roller coaster moving down in ranks. It was at 17th place last year, but there's more competition this time around and Skyrush is slowly creeping out of my top 25. This hypercoaster is a mixed bag. On one hand, it's an airtime machine pummeling you with insane ejector airtime. On the other hand, its bad restraints and rattle can be ruinous. Personally, I think this is a ride that just needs new trains and all of its major problems would be resolved. But I'm not sure if Intamin would create more of these wing-style trains. If you can look past its shortcomings, then Skyrush has potential to be your number one ride. Number 18, Candemonium, located at Hershey Park, opened in 2020. My biggest hot take on this list, calling Candemonium a better roller coaster than Skyrush. For some reason, I feel like Candemonium gets a lot of hate. It may not be the best hypercoaster, but it's sure no slouch that some make it out to be. It has fantastic airtime, a fun layout, and cool interactions with the giant Hershey Kiss fountain. I've ridden this roller coaster over a dozen times and never had a bad ride. With that said, Candemonium is moving from 11th place last year now to 18th. Number 17, Mystic Timbers, located at Kings Island, opened in 2017. Great Coasters International has done a fantastic job with Mystic Timbers. Usually after a couple years of operation, a wooden roller coaster will start to loosen up as it were and start to get a little rough, maybe a slight rattle or something, but not Mystic Timbers. 4 years in running and this ride is still butter smooth. The airtime is great, focusing on short pops of ejector as you keep low to the ground at higher speeds. The shed is a letdown, but that's old news. Mystic Timbers is shaping up to be a solid star attraction that may very well outlast some of the steel coasters at Kings Island. Mystic Timbers has moved from 13th place in 2020 to now at 17. Number 16, Copperhead Strike, located at Carowinds, opened in 2019. My second newcomer to this year's list, Copperhead Strike is a very unique multi-launching roller coaster by Mock Rides. Instead of providing lots of airtime, this ride puts more emphasis on hang time and inversions. That JoJo roll out of the station or that slow-moving cutback are just two of the many highlights of this attraction. With 5 inversions, 2 launches, a showroom, and yes, a couple pops of airtime, Copperhead Strike is a well-rounded roller coaster. And let's not forget about its super snappy transitions, possibly too snappy. This coaster can make me feel like a rag doll being tossed around in a toddler's playroom. Number 15, Lightning Run, located at Kentucky Kingdom, opened in 2014. Moving from 10th down to 15, Lightning Run is a Hyper GTX model by Chance Rides. It takes a lot of inspiration from RMC. Lightning Run cranks out the airtime through various elements. The first drop and weird twisting airtime hill are two of my favorite moments. Also, I love the ending with its quick jolts of ejector reminding me of Steel Vengeance. Or is it Steel Vengeance reminding me of Lightning Run? Anyways, this is a great roller coaster that continues to prove that the world needs more rides by Chance Rides. Number 14, Diamondback, located at Kings Island, opened in 2009. Wow, I had this roller coaster ranked as high as 6th place last year. Well, I guess 14th isn't too bad either. Diamondback is an airtime machine, just sit in the very back row and enjoy the long, sustained moments of airtime. In the past, I might have overstated the rattle, which it does have, but it's not as bad as I made it out to be. It really only shows up in 2 places and lasts for like a second. Back to the good stuff, Diamondback is a long ride, hitting you up with airtime hill after another. Also, that splashdown at the end of the ride is a great way to close out an already near-perfect hypercoaster. Number 13, Superman the Ride, located at Six Flags New England, opened in 2000. If it wasn't for those dang brick restraints, Superman the Ride has the potential of flying up into my top 5. The layout is fantastic, providing variety the whole way through. The great sustained airtime near the beginning of the ride, high-speed turns at the middle point, and then ending it out with fun pops of airtime. Superman the Ride ranges from good sustained to incredible ejector airtime, especially if you ride in the back row. The ride has moved in ranking from 7th down to 13. Number 12, Phantom's Revenge, located at Kennywood, opened in 2001. Keeping its former ranking at 12th place, Phantom's Revenge is a great hypercoaster that keeps proving itself over and over. It has a short layout, but it's loaded with fun elements, including its signature drop through Thunderbolt, a high-speed turnaround, snappy ejector bunny hills, and twisting first drop. Phantom also serves as Braylon's favorite roller coaster. She is now tall enough to ride since last July, and it's a must-ride during every visit to Kennywood. Number 11, Orion, located at Kings Island, opened in 2020. The last coaster before we get to my top 10. Orion, I think, is a misunderstood ride. Many expected another Fury 325 and were left disappointed. As much as I would have loved a taller, faster, and longer Giga Coaster, Orion still achieves and then some. Its first drop is phenomenal, making it one of my favorite first drops on any roller coaster. The wave turn and giant turnaround produce some fun floater and vertigo sensations. Airtime lovers will be satisfied with the speed hill and giant airtime hill. Orion ends the ride with one final great element, that banked airtime hill that makes you feel like you could fall out of your seat. Orion has moved from 9th place last year to now 11. Well, I think this serves as a good stopping point. This video is already long as it is now, and there's still 10 more great roller coasters to talk about. Creating my top 10 was no easy task, and I think you'll be surprised with my final ranking. Once part 2 is released, I'll provide a link at the end of this video and also in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to click on the like button and subscribe for future content. If you are looking for more coaster content, go check out my Instagram account for daily reels and awesome photos. Finally, make sure you subscribe to my Discord channel, just a great place for like-minded coaster enthusiasts to hang out and chat. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to tune in on Thursday for the epic conclusion.